Welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Statistics and Data Science. This is Rishikesh Kadam, and today this is my first tutorial about RStudio. We see how to uh, handle missing values using mice library in RStudio. First of all, we see why we need these imputations or why we need these methods of imputation of missing values. So let's see the example. You can see here we have three variables: age, second is experience, and third is salary. We try to use uh, this age and experience to predict the salary. Let's see. uh, we have one NA value in salary. So when we use an average for any missing value, let's say when we took an average of these two values and we put it here, it may be around 57,000. NA will be 57,000. But when we see the age is 17 and years of experience is only 1. And then when we take average, you will get the salary value will be 57,000, which is not possible and which is not accurate. So our model will be not good or not suitable for our data. So that time there may be a problem in the model. So we have to do imputations using different methods or different libraries. So in this video we are going to see the missing value imputations using mice library. So let's see. First of all, we have data, iris data. Let's say we call the data. Let's execute our command line. So this is our data. You can see this is our data. You can see in the output in the console, and let's see the summary of data. Let's see we do not have any missing value in our data, so we have to reproduce this missing values. For that we are going to use a mist forest library. So let's call the mist forest library. We can produce NA values in our data using mist forest library. So let's execute our command line. After that we are going to use the prod NA, this function of mist forest library. Inside that we put our data, and NA will be 0.1% of the overall data. So let's execute our command line. We are going to make it species as a factor variable because it quite seems to be numerical. So let's execute our command line. You can see our factor variable, our species variable is converted to the factor. It contains three factor: Setosa, versicolor, virginica. So let's see the summary of data. You can see in each column we see that we got some NA values. So in this first column, that is sepal length, we got 12 NA values. We produce 12 NA values. In the sepal width we produce 14 NA values using this produce NA function of mist forest library. So you can see some NA values will be produced in our data. So let's see the visualization of our missing value data. So for that we are going to use VIM library. So let's execute the command line. After that we are going to obtain the aggregation of missing value plot using this VIM library. So you can see this is the command for this aggregation of missing value. In the first argument will be our data, second argument will be the color, third argument will be the labels, that is basically x labels, x-axis labels. X dot axis is nothing but the size. Gap is equals to 3 in between the two columns or two bars of our bar plot. And y labels is nothing but our missing data and pattern. As we got two graphs in our output, when we apply this aggregate missing value function of VIM library. And third is numbers equals to true and sort variables equals to true. Sort variables is nothing but we try to sort variables in decreasing order of missing values. So and let's execute our command line. you can see here we got the percentage of missing value. Species consist of 14% of missing values. The petal length consists of 11%, and sepal width 9%, 8%, and 7%. You can see here. After that, here we can see the bar plot of missing data. So species having highest missing values, then petal length, then sepal length, and petal width. And this is basically a pattern. You can see the pattern of missing values. Blue is nothing but no blue color does not contain any missing data. So the orange color you can see consists of missing data. You can see the pattern in the missing data, and you can see the percentage here, how many the count of the missing values in each variable. So you can also obtain the pattern of missing values using md.pattern command. So you have to just use this md.pattern. Inside that we have to put our data only. So let's execute our command line. There may be error. So first of all we have to call the mice library for md.pattern. For let's first of all call the library mice, because md dot pattern will be the function of the library mice. So for that we have to call it. You can see the pattern of the library, data, missing value data. So let increase the size of this output. So you can see the 87 rows having missing values. 87 rows do not have any missing value. The first row in the output, you can see the 87 rows do not have any missing value. You can see here 0 here. 70 rows having missing value in the spaces column. 17 rows having missing value in the spaces column, and 12 rows having missing value in the petal length column, and so on. You can see 0 consists of missing value and 1 consists of no missing value. So you can see the total 11 rows of petal length consist of missing values here, and 12 rows of sepal length, again 14 rows of sepal width, and also petal length. We also have one command md.pairs. It can also see the combination of columns with missing values. So let's execute command line md.pairs. Inside that our data. So let's execute our command line. You can see here we got some you can see output here. The R versus R is nothing but observed versus observed data, missing value data, observed versus observed data. So and here the second table is for observed versus missing value data. So you can see here the sepal length and petal width combiningly we can see have 13 missing values. So third table is for missing versus observed, and last column is for missing versus missing. So in this last table we can see that the 12 values of sepal length will be consist of missing value, and one value in combination of sepal length and sepal width have one missing value. Again sepal length and petal length combination consists of two missing values, and so on. You can see for each variable, we can do it for each variable. So we got 4 tables. First is for observed versus observed, second is for observed versus missing, third is for missing versus observed, and fourth is for missing versus missing. So you can see the visualization of our missing values. Now we go for imputation. So for that we use mice library. and again we go for the use the function of mice. Inside that, our first argument is our data. The second argument is total number of imputations, total number of and third argument is nothing but maximum iteration. And fourth argument, here we use method equals to predict to mean matching for all the variables, and we put seed equals to 100. So let's execute our command line. So we have uh, 5 iteration and 5 imputation. M is for the imputation and max it for the iteration. You can see here. So our 5 imputations and 5 iterations are completed. So let's see the summary of imputed data. You can see, as we provide method equals to p predict to mean matching, so all the variables are filled by using predict to mean matching method. So when we do not specify a predict to mean matching, what happens? Let's see. Let's execute our command line. Our imputations are executed here. Let's see the summary again. You can see the numerical variable are inputted using predict to mean matching method, but species variable is inputted using poly regression, that is multinomial logistic regression, because it consists of categorical variables. It consists of 3 categories. That's why it is filled by this poly regression method, that is multinomial logistic regression method. Now let's see our clean data. For that, we have to use this complete function. Complete, inside that, our inputted data, and we go for imputation 2, that is let's see, when we see the inputted data for any particular variable, so impute data underscore data, and let's call the input again dollar and our sepal length. Let's see this is the imputation for the sepal length. So we can choose any one imputation. We have 5 imputation. This is the first, and this is the second, and so on. We can choose any imputation. So here we choose second imputation randomly. That's why we put 2 here. We choose any of the 5 imputation. So I choose here 2. You can choose anything else as per your accuracy of the model. You can change it. So let's execute our command line. Let's see the summary of our clean data. So you can see the summary of our clean data. So this is the summary of our clean data. You can see there is no any missing value. So let's see the original iris data, a summary of original iris data, and we can compare the both our new and original after product removing after filling of the missing values. So I call the data again. So you can see here this is our new data having this summary. So you can see, let's take the petal width. Petal width consists of minimum value 0.100, and let's take the median equals to 1.300, and our new data, you can see here, new data after using the mice library. So let's see the median of petal width. You can see there is quite similar. So you can see there is much more similarity between the petal width statistics and the original petal width statistics. So that's why we can say our mice library work very good on our data. So let's wait for some time. So this is our clean data. This is our clean data, new data. You can use it for any machine learning algorithm. So as after inputting of missing value, let's see the plot of observed versus imputed data. So let's see the strip plot. This is basically the strip plot. You can see here I take it zoom. You can see this is the strip plot. You can see the red dots are nothing but our missing data, and the blue is original observed data. You can see there is quite good pattern in our data. So you can see the red values, it is actually the missing data for our iris. And let's see the density plot of our inputted data. So you can see the density plot. So we have to wait for some time. So this is the plot of density data. So you can see this red line is for the inputted data set. We have 5 inputted data set. Basically in imputation, first of all they try to bootstrap the sample, and after that they try to use different method like predictive to mean matching, Poly regression method to fill the missing values. So we have 5 imputation, so we have 5 bootstrap sample, so that's why we got 5 red lines, 5 imputed data. So you can see the pattern of original data and our inputted data. So the blue line is for original data and observed data, and the red line is for new imputed data. So you can see here, this is the first the for the sepal length, it is for the sepal width, it is for the petal length and petal width. This is the density graph plot. So you can use mice library to clean your data. It perform very optimistically. It is quite good for the filling of missing values. It is used different method like predictive mean matching, Poly regression. It depends on the type of the data type of that particular variable. If it is number data type or integer data type, they need to use predictive mean matching. And when it have categorical variable, they need to use Poly regression, that is multinomial logistic regression. So you can see this is our code for using mice library. So thank you all of you. Please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get notification of my new videos. Thank you all of you.